You're right. Oh, Mariah May goes down in a heap.
Toni Storm was tapping, though. You're right.
Toni Storm was tapping, but the referee didn't see it. And now the pile driver. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match is AEW.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons to Light. Let's talk about this one, man. The AEW Women's Championship was on the line between the two former friends, Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo. Now, Timeless Toni Storm did have Luther and Mariah May with her, and this will prove to be a big factor, man. I love this, man. I would love this. I love this. I love this. Mariah May. So when Mariah May comes out, so Deonna had already made her entrance, right? Mariah May comes out in Toni Storm's old gear, you know, the gear she basically had before this Timeless character really started. With the old song too. I love that song. I used to love that song. The song that Toni Storm had before her last gimmick change. I actually got it saved on my computer. I used to listen to it a lot, bro. I don't listen to it as much now because, I mean, it's not really relevant anymore, but I used to listen to that song a lot, man. I think it was called Watch What's Next. It reminded me of like one of those heart songs from like the 70s, bro. It sounded like Barracuda, bro. Like it don't sound like Barracuda. And she came out there in her old wrestling ring gear as well. I was like that, you know. Mariah May was looking so cute, bro. I loved it, man. It was like the past and the present, bro. So then Toni Storm comes out there and she does her thing, man. Before we start though, there's one thing that I've noticed though that's a little bit interesting here, is that Toni Storm is like Rhea Ripley, where the fans cheer the heel, bro. So it's kind of tough for the baby face, the real baby face in this match is Deonna, right? And it was kind of tough for her to, you know, get over with the crowd because Storm doesn't really get heat like that. And like you notice that sometimes when Rhea faces a baby face too, like it'd be really tough. Like when Rhea was facing Nia, it was perfection because Nia's a heel herself. But like in these situations where you got like a heel, you know, because this is the one thing that I'm gonna say for Deonna in her time going forward at AEW, she should definitely be a heel. Like Deonna Purrazzo is going to have to be a heel, because I think when she was in TNA, her best work was as a heel, bro. And I think that it fits her better. It might have even been better for her to come in as a heel in this match, because Toni Storm, even though she's a heel as well, regardless of what was kind of a tweener, but regardless of what happens, bro, she's going to get cheered either way. The fans love it. She's the most over lady in AEW, so you're not going to get past her, you know what I mean? But let's go over how this match went. I'm going to go over the key. I usually go to the late part of the match, but I'm going to go over the whole thing, man, because I think it's very important to tell the story here, because I want to talk about what happened at the end, man, okay? And why I think this might not be over yet. After the wrestlers traded early takedowns, Purrazzo went after Storm's arm, but Storm scrambled to reach the ropes to avoid it. Purrazzo made a play for the Fujiwara Armbar late moments later, but Storm grabbed the ropes again. Storm took a powder by rolling to the floor where Luther rubbed her shoulders. Purrazzo kicked Storm through the ropes and brought her back to the ring. Storm came back with several punches in the corner. Purrazzo ran Storm into the corner where she came up just shy of the referee. Storm kicked Purrazzo below the belt and then gave her a facebuster for covering her for a 2 count. The broadcast team had some fun with the spot by talking about being kicked in the Lady Yam bag. Storm dominated the next minute of offense and taunted Purrazzo, who hit her with a hard shot. Purrazzo fired away with elbow strikes until Storm caught her with a knee to the gut. Purrazzo came right back and executed a Russian leg sweep and then applied a Fujiwara Armbar. Storm rolled out for the hold, but Purrazzo put her down with a kick to the face. Purrazzo followed up with a flatliner for a 2 count. Storm tripped a charging Purrazzo and then hit her with a hip attack in the corner. Storm DDT Purrazzo before covering her for a 2 count. Storm caught Purrazzo in an ankle lock. Purrazzo rolled out of it and kickstormed into the arms of Luther. Purrazzo went to the middle rope and dove at Luther and Storm to send him to the floor. Back in the ring, Purrazzo put Storm in a Fujiwara Armbar. Storm rolled her into a pin for a 2 count, but Purrazzo maintained the hold. Purrazzo hooked the other arm and Storm tapped out, but Luther was on the apron distracting the referee. Purrazzo released the hold and booted May off the apron. Storm kicked off Purrazzo. He hit her with a Storm Zero, and you knew that was all she was going to be wrote for Deonna Purrazzo, who lost her chance to get the AEW Women's Championship due to help from Luther and Mariah May in about a little over 12 minutes to lose to Toni Storm. And this one was actually shorter than the 0-hour ladies match between Julia Hart, Sky Blue, against the winners of that match, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. That match went about a little bit more than a minute long than this one. So that was interesting that this match didn't go as long as that one did. But very good match between the two, though. To me, you know, I've said this last year. I think Deonna Purrazzo is the best women's wrestler in the game right now, and I'm glad that she's in AEW so more people could see it. Because the only thing about TNA, as much as I love TNA, is a very limited audience that watches that product, and you know, a lot of people don't know how good Purrazzo is, and I think one day I hope to see Deonna in the WWE as well, so more people over there can also see how good she is, because people really need to see that Deonna Purrazzo really is the best women's wrestler in the world right now. And you know, it would have been interesting, but here's the thing for me, man. At the end of the day, by the way, let me show off the poll real quick before I continue. So I did a poll for this match, asking y'all who y'all thought was going to win. About 300 votes, 21 likes, man, and most of y'all chose Toni Storm getting the victory here at 66%. But it was a close poll, just like my other poll for the tag team match and 0 Hour that I referenced to before. Almost 40% for Deonna Purrazzo. So almost 40% of y'all thought this match was going to change hands tonight. And I came into the match, thank y'all for voting, by the way. I came into the match thinking it could go that way, because I wasn't too certain, because the way they hyped up Deonna, I wasn't too sure if she was going to win or not. But I think the right decision was made to keep that title on Toni Storm. What I would do, and I said this, Deonna, I will have Deonna maybe run this back at Dynasty, but she still loses to Toni. And then Toni has a program with Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing. You get a belt to Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing. Because I think Toni Storm is doing so well as champion, bro, that I don't even know if I would want her to relinquish it until it's time. You know what I mean? Until you can find a suitable babyface to get it. Because I think they still got to build Deonna Purrazzo up a lot more, and then give it to her. Because Deonna Purrazzo should be the champion one day, though, because she's that damn good. But I just think right now, I think the timing of it wouldn't be too good. And another thing that I want to see Mariah May get the TBS title at some point. So that's interesting how they're going to do that one. If Mariah May could be somewhat like a Toni Storm, where the crowd cheers for Mariah May, she's a nastier heel than Toni is. I don't know how they'll do that, but maybe you have to get the belt off of Julia Hart first and maybe give it to like Willow. I would think about maybe giving it to Willow, and then later in the year, maybe, I don't know. I don't know exactly when you will do this, but then have Mariah May get the title from Willow Nightingale. If we go in that direction, I think that's the way they should do that, because Mariah May should be man, that girl is good, bro. Like, that girl is good, bro. AEW got a diamond in the rough with that girl, bro. So they got a diamond in the rough there. But going ahead and give me your thoughts about this, man. We'll see what they do with her and Purrazzo. I don't know if this is continuing or not, but there is another pay-per-view called Dynasty before Double or Nothing on April 21st. So we'll see if Toni either has a new opponent or she's going to... Because I think you got to do a rematch because of the way this thing went at the end here, man. Because Purrazzo was definitely going to win if they didn't get involved. So, because she was starting to dominate the match. And when she put the armbar on her, man, you thought it was going to be pretty much all she wrote, bro. So, I don't know. We'll see. Going ahead and get this video, like, share, subscribe, give me your thoughts, man. Thank y'all for watching. After News, the light.